We honor and respect the masters that came before us and strive to follow in their example. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thoughts, words, and deeds of those above and beneath me. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own. Sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazun, Gama Farragun, Shalel Kalun. I am in the... I don't know. I went to the prayer, got cut off, so I'm going to pray again. We honor and respect the masters that came before us and strive to follow in their example. Honesty to myself and others at all times. Humility in thought, words, and deeds of those above and beneath me. Patience. I will put the needs of others before that of my own, but not the greedy. Sincerity. I will fear only my lack of sincerity. Abdul Kul Tafalatat, Wabazun, Gama Farragun, Shalel Kalun. I am in the love of all, and all love is in me. I am a part of all, and all is a part of me. I am one with all, and all is one with me. I can succeed as a part of all and fail as an individual. I can be all that I wish in all, as long as my wish is to stay in all. I am never alone. All is, I am. All can, I can. All does, I do. Estunje elaku. African spirituality or astrology? Can you have one without the other? What I was gonna say, I was gonna say, like, which one's stronger? Which one's the more powerful? Which one's the more influential? I ain't even gonna make it into a contest, because it's not a contest. And I'm gonna tell you a story. I got two stories. So this is part 2 of my piece today. Also, drop your name and your team zodiac sign and what city and state you represent, and press 2 if you already shared the video. So what up, Carmen? What up, Khadijah? What up, Nicey? Thanks y'all for sharing the video. I appreciate it. African spirituality. I told you, I'm on my note game. I'm on my dry erase board game today, early on in the year. And I said I was going to do 3, but this one just popped up. I still haven't even got to my second one. I had to squeeze this one in here because of a conversation I was having. So I just had the video, and the person who sent me the message this morning inboxed me and says, I think that you misunderstood. I'm being initiated in this African spiritual system, and I'm not studying astrology right now. And so I thought that, I could just do something extra with this new moon in Aries, since my moon is in Aries, right? And I said, so I first assumed that she was on restrictions from studying astrology while she was on an initiation, because and Gogo will tell you, anybody who's really on a lineage of some true African spirituality, when you get initiated, there's certain things you can do. You might can't curse, you might can't have sex, you might can't smoke weed, you know what I'm saying? You might can't do this, you might can't do that. But I ain't never heard nobody say, why you getting initiated, you can't deal with astrology. While I'm getting initiated into an African spiritual system, I can't study astrology? So I was like, okay. But then they came and said, hey, they didn't tell me I couldn't study astrology. I just haven't been studying astrology. I just wanted to do something extra. So it goes back to, I went back and said, yo, you're taking a shortcut, because you had all year to get ready. If you just started the initiation, then you had all year to be studying astrology. Then you could have known what was going on, that you have an Aries moon, and so when the Aries full moon only happens once a year, what to do. So you coming to me looking for a shortcut, period. Oh, no, I wasn't looking for a shortcut. I'm just up under this initiation system, and I just wasn't studying. I just want to see if I can do something extra. You wait till the last minute. If you wait to the last minute and you come over here and ask me for something, then you're taking a shortcut. You're taking a shortcut. And my teachers will look at it like that too. And shortcuts are a sign of laziness. And I can't honor laziness any longer. I have been honoring laziness in myself, and I've been honoring laziness in other people. But I've also been challenged recently by my teacher, stop doing that. Live as an evolved being, he told me. Stop doing so many common things. Shortcuts are common things. Team Pisces in Philly, what up? I see you. Hey, Lori. So, I started to think about, and then I said, did you know that astrology is the mother and father of all religions, all faiths on planet Earth, including African? It predates everything on the planet Earth. Go ask the Dogons, an African tribe. Go ask them astrologers from the west coast of Africa. They know too. It predates it. There is no spirituality that you're going to learn over here in America that's from Africa that predates astrology. There's nothing on the planet. Astrology was popping and working before it was even recognized. It was already constituting everything that was on the planet growing, period. A spiritual tradition, a spiritual science is a morphing of techniques to get certain results. All sciences and magics are here to help you manipulate the program to your advantage that you stay in. Press 2 if you share this video. And no, I ain't really. I mean, if you want to come on and like put your 2 cents worth in or ask a question, you can. I'll open the window, just hit the request. But if it's the mother and father, oh wait. Then they came back and said the moon has nothing to do with my rituals. Go. I'm getting ready to get all to that. They do work together, but one came first. And I'm getting ready to be crystal clear about this because of the next story I'm about to tell you. That's a true story that happened on this couch that I'm sitting on in my house last year. It happened right here. I don't make stuff up, right? And she said, my ritual don't have nothing to do with the moon. Right there, I was like, who teaching you? Where did you go that you're doing a ritual or some type of initiation and the moon not involved? Even if you ain't paying attention, the moon is always involved. For those of you who know zero about astrology, the moon is still involved every day. For those of you who know zero about astrology, every planet is involved every day. If you don't ever study astrology ever and you don't believe it, it's not subjective. It's influencing everything you do. Every person has a chart. They ain't asking you for your birthday for no identification purposes. They want to know what your chart look like. Every planet and the moon and the sun influences you every day, whether you study astrology or not. Prime time, what up? Go Lakers. Laker Nation in the building. So when she said, I'm listening to the process, I'm getting initiated in this African spiritual system. Then she says, I want to know what the moon is doing because it's a full moon in Aries and I got the moon in Aries. And then you're going to come and say, the moon ain't got nothing to do with my ritual. So I said 2 things. One, who taught you that? That the moon ain't got nothing to do with your ritual, even if you're not aware. And then 2, why is you mixing systems? Why are you mixing? What kind of initiation are you in that you already out of pocket? Go, come holler at me. Go, come holler at me. If you an initiation and your teacher didn't tell you to mix something else and you go mix it in there anyway, are you out of pocket? Are you out of pocket? I'm asking Gogo because Gogo is official tissue. She's on a real African spiritual system. She understands astrology. She understands African sciences. She knows they work together. But I'm asking her a question, or anybody who's went through some kind of initiation. If you're going through an initiation and the person who's initiating you, who you would call your guide, guru, or teacher, or whatever you want to call them, they never told me what system. They never told me what system. It really is irrelevant, because if you've been initiated into something and you do something that the teacher didn't tell you to do, then you're trying to mix systems. You mixing. I want to do something extra. You're not even integrity in the teaching that you are doing in the first place. But then that you come back and tell me that the moon ain't got nothing to do with your initiation nor the rituals that you're doing, already speaks volumes about whatever you're getting initiated into. And then they told me to stop assuming things. I'm assuming things because of the chat. Okay. Emoto, say it one more time out loud for the crowd. End up doing the wrong thing at the wrong time without a system. How you gonna be? Well, there's that too. How you getting initiated? The teacher didn't tell you to do nothing else, but you go out there and say, I'm going to mix it in anyway. Okay, no problem. So you're going to do your Catholic stuff while you're doing your African spiritual religion too, even though this is the initiation. But then you're going to say, I ain't studying astrology because I'm in my initiation. Well, if you ain't studying astrology while you in your initiation, why are you asking about doing the moon something? And then I ask him, here goes my really kicker point. I say, you saw a meme on Instagram about the moon being in Aries, and then you came and asked me, why didn't you ask the person who posted the meme on Instagram? Because if they posted it, why didn't you go ask them? I don't have anything on my Instagram. I don't have anything. I mean, I do, but I ain't really. I mean, if you watch what I said about the sun in Libra, what time the moon is going to be at a full moon in Aries, which is going to be 10 o'clock tonight, then you know, you asked me a question in the line that I gave you some information. But if you asking me about somebody else's information, why don't you go ask them? Guess what they said? Oh, they got their Facebook bobbers and Instagram bobbers. She said because the person who said that doesn't know, doesn't have any knowledge on it. How is it? Where's my damn iPad at? How is the person who posted something ain't got no knowledge on it, and you over here asking me about something they posted that they don't even have no knowledge of? Shouldn't you be over there asking your Instagram bobber or your Facebook bobber or your YouTube bobber to explain it to you? But you coming over to me, a real bobber, and I'm a real bobber, to explain something that you got from a person that you don't even respect yourself enough. Then you want to come over here and ask me for some wisdom that you got. You want me to give you some wisdom. She said, I looked at it as a sign. Well then, if it's a sign, it may be a sign that you need to start studying astrology. And you can go to coachkastrology.info and you have several options. That's what I would have done. If I would have been getting initiated, I'd have been like, yo, I just saw a sign. I'm getting initiated. I can't mess with you right now because I'm like focused, laser focused on my initiation. But how much is your course? I need to learn this astrology after I get this initiation into this African spiritual system. But see, when you come and throw on your African spiritual sciences initiation in my face, like that's a reason not to know astrology, I call full-time bullshit. Full-time bullshit. There ain't no reason ever that you can come and tell me I'm studying this, so that's the reason I can't study astrology. So you don't wear shoes either, since you're doing an African spirit, since it's something African and astrology don't go with it. Obviously you don't brush your teeth and put deodorant on either. Do you take baths too? You cutting all that out too? Y'all, am I making sense? Am I making sense here? Without understanding the cycles of the moon. That's why I'm teaching the Moon Magic 28 class for folks like you, not folks like her, folks like you who come to class and get the knowledge and then go do something with it. I don't got nothing for lazy people for the rest of my life. I ain't got nothing for you. I'm gonna start working hard. I'm gonna start working up to my potential. If you can't keep up, you can't keep up. It ain't got nothing to do with that. I got other people you can go see that are working at your pace, because I want you to strive for and bring out your best self too. Thank you, Go-Go. This is my, look at my folks supporting me. That's support. Like I said, I went to the sister's page. She ain't never shared a video. I ain't never seen her come on none of my videos asking me no questions. You ain't never broke bread. But then you're going to come get some information you call it a sign from somewhere else and come and want me to give you the wisdom on the last day. You got 12 hours to get ready for the full moon. You really don't have no time, because it's the day of, the day after, and the day before, the day of, and the day after. So yesterday was, you should have been doing something. Today you're supposed to be doing something. Tomorrow you're supposed to be doing something. But it really don't even start. It's exact tonight at 10:51, I think, p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The moon is still in Pisces right now. She talking about, yeah, it's a full moon in Aries. Them IG bobbers. Woo! I'm using that. I'm finna use that till the wheels fall off, Go-Go. Oh, watch. Invest in yourself. All my stuff is free. You're going to make money messing with me. You're going to make money. If you get a consultation from me and you don't get that money back within 30 days of what you spent with me, I should offer a full refund. But you got to do your homework, though. Show me you did your homework, and I bet you that money will come back to you. Yeah, my stuff is free, yo. My stuff is free. But African spirituality and astrology versus astrology. I'm going to set the record straight. Astrology is the mother and father of every science, esoteric science on planet Earth, period. 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 I love me some Ifa. I love me some Yoruba. I love me some stuff I don't even know. I love all the type of stuff that come from Africa that's for real, that's got a for real lineage. But let me tell you what I don't like about African, quote unquote, African sciences, African spirituality. And I'm going to tell you this story, a real story about what happened on this couch. Then I'm going to get off of here to my next video. A sister reached out to me, a young sister, and she wanted to get a reading, right? And I was like, okay. Now, a lot of people look at me and they say, oh, he's an astrologer, so he don't know nothing about, right, there is no verses. Absolutely. There is no verses. One came before the other. Right. Doesn't make astrology superior. It's just older. It's the mother and the father. My mother and father are my mother and father. They're not superior to me, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't superior to them. I'm steady evolving. I needed them to get where I'm at. You need astrology to evolve your African spiritual sciences. Ooh. I just said there's plenty of them out there. Let me tell you this story. This is a story for everybody, and Go-Go should tell this story to some people too, even though this didn't happen to her. But she should tell it. But she knows the story I'm about to tell is true, because she knows this Baba don't lie. The sister came and she wanted to get a consultation, and I was like, okay. So she was in Atlanta. She was like, I want the consultation face to face. I was like, okay. So she caught the bus over here, but she got off at the wrong stop, right? And so I sent an Uber. I said, stay right there. I'm going to send an Uber to pick you up and bring you back to the house instead of waiting on the next bus or you having to walk, because you've already paid for the reading, right? Okay. Then she got here, and I always ask, what is it that you're looking for from this consultation before I get started? I said, what are you looking for to gain, and why'd you come to me? Why'd you pick me? She said, I want my daughter back. I said, you want your daughter back? She said, I want my daughter back. I said, tell me more, because how's an astrology reading going to help you get your daughter back? She says, they took my daughter because my baby father took my first daughter, my first child, and then I got pregnant again, and the state took my daughter because I tested positive on the marijuana test when I was in the hospital. And then I didn't have a home address because I was staying with someone else. Listen what happened. Listen to this story. She, the mother of two, but she didn't have custody of neither child. The first child was probably like 2 at this time, and the father took the child from her. Then she was homeless and got pregnant. She was staying at somebody's house who she met on Martyr, riding the bus. And she got pregnant by some sideways cat. Right. Then she had a baby, but she was smoking while she was pregnant. And the hospital tested her and kept the baby. And then they turned to social services and was like, you ain't got no valid address. So the state social services took the baby. So I'm like, why are you here? She said, I want my child back. I said, you want your child back? She said, yeah. But she said, because I need my child so I can go down to South Carolina to that to the African village that's on the coast. You know, there's an African village down there. Neb Head, you was finna go down there. She said, they told me if I get down there, I can stay down there. So she says, I got enough money to get a bus ticket, but I need to get my child back so I can homeschool my child. I said, how old is the child? She said, 2 months. Now I'm suspecting something now. Because I'm like, Spirit telling me she don't need no reading. I'm like, who? I said, why do you want to get the child and go to South Carolina to live in some African village in South Carolina? She says, because I was getting initiated here in Atlanta, but I didn't have enough money to finish. I said, you didn't have enough money to finish your initiation? She said, yeah. And whatever the tradition was, I'm not sure what she said, so I ain't gonna say no names. But it was an African, but I was like, so what was going on? And she started to like fidget. She started to physically fidget on this couch. Because I have a chair, I sit over there, you sit on this couch. You come to my house, you get a read, you gonna sit right here. She's starting to fidget, right? And I was like, what's going on? She said that sound that you have playing. So anybody that's come to my house know I got speakers that's around here playing different tones to keep negativity out, to keep spirits out. I have wards around my house where it's very difficult for a spiritual entity that wants to harm me or is harming anybody else to get in here and be comfortable. The reason negativity resides in your house is because your house is comfortable for negativity and for spirits that run negativity. My house is very uncomfortable for negative entities. My house is very comfortable for positive entities. Yeah, I'm looking out the window right now. I'm like looking at stuff coming out the trees while I'm talking. And so she's fidgeting. So I went and got one of the speakers and brought it in here and was like, I'm going to play this spirit attachment removal and I'm going to see how you react. Now, I've been staying in this house 5 years and everybody who come in here ain't never said that tone is irritating. And if they do, I already knew who they was. And she started fidgeting more. And I was like, I said, you possessed. I said, these jokers have been riding you and riding your energy to do their work. Because people do that. And she was like, you think they would do that? Because she was so naive. And I was like, who are you getting your initiation with? There's been a couple of people, but I just keep running out of money. And now you got these entities on you in my house that's reacting negatively to the tones that I have playing in here. They don't like these wards in my house. So I went and got my Archangel Sanctification, my Angel Sanctification medallion, and I said, hold this. Because I'm like, we're going to damn do, I said, and I'm going to give you your money back because you don't need no reading. She was like, I need a reading. Right, my home is a temple. But I was trying to get this beast up out of her. Because what people don't know is you walking around with some crystals in your pocket is not enough. If you ain't done no cleansing or you ain't got no amulets on you with some real talismans, the average person carries 7 to 12 spirit attachments on them. Yeah, that's why I say I would like to know astrology and an African spiritual system to know when is the right time for me to do my eviction, my expulsion, or my cord cutting. So when I let her hold the medallion, some of y'all got the Angel of Sanctification medallion. She started talking to the entity in her. She started saying, be quiet. I was like, who are you talking to? She was like, him. Don't you see him? Sitting on this couch. I never in my life seen nothing like that before. She was like, he's right here. He's frustrated. And he's hurting me. He's hurting me. I said, the tone is hurting you or the medallion is hurting you? She said, no, he's hurting me. I said, when did he start hurting you? She said, he started hurting me when you turn that volume up and you put this medallion in my hand. He's hurting me. He's hurting me. I said, hold on. Hold on. Because he's trying to get up out of you. He's trying to make you put that medallion down. He's trying to make me turn that music down. I ain't going to do neither one. And I refunded her money back. She ain't getting no reading that night. But we sat here for like an hour. And I said the miracle prayer over her, the Usnisa, to try to get that stuff off of her that she had off of her. She had several attachments on her. Now that's not my area of expertise. My expertise is not removing entities from somebody else. From me, I know what to do. But she wasn't even at the level where she could do herself any good because she was already in a loss. She ain't have no more energy. She ain't got no money. She ain't got no energy. They riding her. She homeless. I can't give her no ritual to go do that I do. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm Constantine out here. I got to go back and watch that movie to get the full reason what you right. I'm trying, I ain't trying to be Constantine though. I got to protect me and do what I'm doing and be my best self. But I will not tolerate jokers out here saying, oh, I'm rocking with this African spiritual science over here. I don't need astrology. You know, I'm over here. I'm rocking with this system. I'm rocking with this system. But you ignoring your mother and father of your system. And then you looking at me. Don't do that. Don't do that. In every place I go where I'm around a high-end Baba or a Sheik, I'm crazy respected. I don't even be understanding why off the gate. They be talking about the light they see in me and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I ain't even in their system. But we all in the system. We all trying to go up the mountain and grow. So the systems, when you get somebody saying, you got to do this, you go to somebody for a reading, and all of a sudden they turn into, you need $1,500 for initiation. That's what it was. She said she went to them for a reading. The reading was like $50. And then in the reading, they said she needed an initiation. It was going to be $1,500. They said she ran out of money before she could finish the initiation. That's what happened. She said, I went and got a reading because I was trying to get my daughter back. You got to stop smoking weed. You got to get a job. You got to get your own place. That's how you get your daughter back. You need to get in a healthy relationship. That's how you get your daughter back. She was like, no, I got to homeschool. Yo, this entity was in her mind, yo, because I was like, you can't homeschool a 2-month-old baby. There is no homeschool program for a 2-month-old baby. There isn't. The African spirituality predators. That's what we're going to call them. That's it. Thank you. the predators. I want to do high-end damage to the predators. There's some predators out there who faking. It's one in Philly. Or he be in Philly. He a high-end predator too. And he act like he want action with me. That's the last thing you want. But he might think that that's the first thing you want. But I'm going to give him a full-time expulsion. Right? Yeah. I'm going to give him a full-time expulsion. Because I don't do predators. When I know you're a predator, you don't be around my family. You understand? That's that. So, if your spirits are not teaching you to be discerning, she didn't have no spirits to teach her to be discerning. She just want to be a kept mother, practicing natural stuff. This my problem with the Hotep woke crew. There's no management. There's no discipline. There's no justice being served on the predators. There's predators in the astrology system. There's predators in the Catholic Church. There's predators in the Hotep community. There's predators in the Nation of Islam. There's predators in the Hebrew Israelites. Predators are everywhere. They go and get into systems so they can continue to be predators of the lamb, of the naive. But without astrology, ching, 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 the eye opens. The eye opens. But see, the astrology helps open your psychic degrees. Then you can have some discernment. So when she came in and was like, yo, I want to get my daughter back, the state got your daughter from a failed piss test. But you already got spiritual attachments. You already got possessions that the predators put on you. Like, her first baby father could have put something on you to make sure that you never come back trying to get your child. Now I'm running into so many dudes out here doing juju on their baby mamas for several reasons. That's a whole nother video. Team Scorpio in Nottingham, what up? Even though the title says astrology versus African spirituality, there is no versus. One came before the other. Astrology is the mother and father of all sciences on the planet, and they work so well together. If I was to choose an African system of spirituality to get initiated in right now, I'd be so dope. I'm dope now, but that ain't my path. But there's no way they could tell me, you know, put your astrology down, you know, don't acknowledge the planets while you're going through this initiation. Right. I mean, my fault. They could tell me, and then I would just go on about my business. What's my man name? Baba Wande Abimbola. Now, one time he was the head of the whole Ifa Yoruba nation from Nigeria. His daughter has a house in Conyers, Georgia. I've been there. He teaches at this, at like I think Northwestern University, but his daughter stays down here in Georgia. And I met him, I think in 2011, before I moved to Georgia, 2010, something like that. Right. So I seen what the high end, and he had a ridiculous amount of respect for me, and I had a respect for him. And he showed me some stuff, and he the one really opened me up to these false predators out here who try to make you think the answer for everything is an initiation or a reading. I told him something. It was me, him, his daughter, and his son in the room together. 4 people. That's it. Nobody ever see this. I don't even know where the house is at no more. And I told all 4 of them something. And then his daughter said, well, aren't you going to do a reading on it, Father? That's what she asked him now. Baba Wande Abimbola. Just Google him. You'll find out who he is. He says, you don't need to do a reading on common sense. Because I was waiting to get a reading. I was like, he said, you want me to do a reading on common sense? He said, but Khair, he said, if you want a reading, I'll give you one, but not on this. I said, I wasn't asking for no reading on this. He says, well, then I'll give you a reading on whatever else, on whatever you want. If you even want a reading. He said, but if he don't want a reading, I ain't getting ready to do no reading on him because he don't want it. That's when I really started seeing the predators. Because I was like, if he's the official tissue, he got me sitting right here. He could have easily been like, yo. And then when I got the reading, he said, you do need to do an offering. He was like, you need this many chickens, this many doves, blah, blah, blah. It's going to cost this much. He said, if you want to do it, just come back next week. I said, what? He said, yeah, I'll do it for you. I said, what? You the head. He said, yeah, I got you. Came back next week, had my money. I think it was about $80, something like $100. I had some chickens and some doves. I had never done a blood ritual before. Never done a blood sacrifice, ever. And then there was another sister there getting like, it wasn't just me, it was some other folks that was there. Like when I came back that next week, this other lady was coming and she was getting some work done. And her son wasn't there, and he was like, you're going to sit in for her son. I was like, sit in for her son? I forgot what you call that. Were you like the proxy or something? So I did mine, and I sat in for her son. So I seen what the high level, and he never said, you owe me $1,000. You got to get initiated. You got to be dressed in all white. You got to cut all your hair off. You got to do this. He didn't say none of that. He said, but if you want to get initiated, I'm taking you to Africa so you can get your pot. I said, what? He said, if you want to go. He said, I go every year. You can just go with me. I said, well, damn. So when you see people around here, you go from a reading with them that's $20, $30, $40, $50 to all of a sudden now you need to pay $1,500 to be initiated. Put your sniffers on. Smell what the rock may be cooking, because it may be you. So that's my piece on that story. Get you some astrology. If you're going to mess with, listen, here my other piece. If you got astrology, you can't shit on African sciences. You can't do that. If you got African sciences, you can't shit on astrology. If you got astrology and you think that's all you need, you in trouble. If you think you got African sciences and that's all you need, I think you're in trouble too. I have a nice hodgepodge, a nice blend of what I use in my juju bag. Nice blend. When you start seeing somebody throwing other stuff under the bus, don't sleep on these Catholics. They magic works too. You might not like it. You might say, well, it's white. It's not for black people, but it works. There's black Wiccans. Wicca works. Whatever you are working is working it. If you're gonna do the work. So stop shitting on other people. I used to shit on people a lot because I'm a Nuwaubian, not a former Nuwaubian. I'm an old school Nuwaubian. So I used to dump on Christianity. I used to dump on Al-Islam. I don't dump on none of it no more. Now, if it's ridiculous, I will say that's ridiculous. That's phony. I'll let you know when it's phony, but it's normally the practitioner that's phony, not the practice. Can everybody type that? The practitioner is normally phony more than the practice. I said it. Look at Gogo. She's a priestess. High end. Guess what she's talking about? The Psalms are powerful. Is she mixing? This is why I said too on my ancestor money video, don't mix until you get to a stage where you can handle mixing. If you can't handle, if you ain't prolific and proficient in one, don't be trying to mix with others. Some of y'all be trying to do too much. You be trying to put the astrology and numerology and the crystals together with the Indian gods and the African gods and all that. You don't know what you're doing. And then nobody shows up. You don't get no results because you're not honorable. Ain't my fault that you ain't honorable. It's on you. I used to be non-honorable too, and nothing was working for me. Then I threw the deuces up to honorable. Now I'm throwing the deuces up to laziness. And then we're going to go like that. That's my story today. It's a true story. Oh, that's my next video. The ancestors versus the gods. That's on another video separate than this one, which was going to be the second, but now it's going to be the third video. So I'm doing 4 videos today. I got 2 more coming, so stay tuned. I want to go back and look at some of the comments really quick. First up, I see. Yeah, the low energy's up in my house. You got your ass whooped, for sure. Me seeing deal. It isn't some regular house. Nah, my house ain't regular. It ain't. My house ain't regular. My initiation was paid for by the community of which I serve. So maybe that wasn't the initiation she needed. Spirit attachment removal. Oh yeah, they ain't like that. That was a little much for them. What up, Venus? These frauds out here milking people for money. Thank you, Nebhead. And get you some good in you. I don't know where you was going with that. I ain't gonna touch it. Yeah. I was for that sister because she was in my house. She was in my house. So Spirit led her to be in my house, even though she was up under the pretense that she needed an astrology reader. No, you need your money back. And I'm gonna put you an Uber. What's the address you going to? Man, it was and it's a lot of that story I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you their name, so you would never know who it was. But like, it was a lot going on with that sister that she needed some help, like she needed psychiatric and shamanistic help together. Yes, I can't go but so far. I'm dope, but I can't go but so far. And sage ain't gonna clear it. No, because when the sage go out, they come back. That's why when you walk in here, we got something on 24/7 up in here. You run up in here if you want. You had one on the porch yesterday? Yep. It's been legions. 2 weekends ago, I always have candles lit, protections when I have a few people over, and I never let people over. I was a little lit because I went out and my candle started going black. And one of the guys who was over got in trouble with the cops once he went home. I was like, oh wow, I cleaned my house ASAP. That's good, but listen, it's hard when you got when your house is popping and lit, that somebody can leave their energy in your house. He didn't go to jail at your house. He went to jail back at his spot. But it is good to keep it clean though. Absolutely. Absolutely. He had Joan like we had on the porch Sunday. Okay, I'm gonna have to call you to get all the details. There's a letter in Ephah just for astrology. Wow. The sun is the system. Yep, predators. If your spirits are not teaching, I already got that. She's not just out here alone. I can't accept the victim mentality. Me neither. Get out the kitchen if you can't take the heat. I'll turn the heat up on you if you come over here though. But normally this is really comfortable. Hey, Lita. Yeah, they chose me. They wouldn't say that. They also work with astrology. Not everyone is called to be a priest. Facts. Everyone needs some forms of rites of passage, though. Boy, that's a fact. I'm telling you. I needed 3 or 4, me personally. Some do need initiation. Most who end up on my mat need it. The Psalms is powerful. Ancestors was Christians. I can't ignore my people from this side of the water. Or you can ignore. I don't know if you got an R. Yeah. What up, Kandaka, Nicole? Thanks, everybody. You're going to have to go back to the beginning and watch this. Alrighty. What was the one thing that you learned from this today that you can take and apply to your life today or tomorrow? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how beneficial was this for you today, this share? All right. If you are serious about getting into your studies about yourself and knowledge of self, then come through. Go to coachkastrology.info. You can start off with you a reading. It will even I even suggest sometimes like which path people should. Did you know your path that you're choosing, whether it's African or Taoist or Moorish or Christian or Hotepish, it's already in your chart. Just do it right, yo. Just do it right. Yeah, the practitioner is usually more phony than the practice. Just do your stuff right. So coachkastrology.info if you like to get a full strategy session and look inside. That's all I got for y'all today. I really appreciate y'all for sticking around. Lori says I'm kicking some butt. Evil forces tried to cut me off, and I tried 4 different servers, but they didn't let them win. Need to purchase that amulet. Oh, and there's a new angel of sanctification medallion out here. Whoop woo, whoop 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 whoop. Yeah. Oh, she says I'm always beneficial. I appreciate it. I got 2 more videos to go for today, so I'm gonna get them done. I'm pushing through. Then I gotta eat. Then I gotta get to the gym. I found you in peace, and now I'm gonna leave you in prayer as always. And the Bakoa Gejalaki Minka, Tatia Tessera, Kabel Renat, Amcha Sagvanu, Tahara Nunara, Nahagibor, the Shay Yakadeka, Kabava Shamra, Barkham Tyram, Rakame, Tazika Taker, Tamid Gamla, Kasin Kadosh, Bararu, Tufka, Nahela Taker, Yakid Gehalam, Chapanez, or Craig Katushka Taker, Shavatanuka Bear Ushma, Tazakatanu, Yodea Talamot, Baruk Shem, Kavu Makuto, Alam Vae. Yo, when I was saying the prayer, guess what they told me to say, Neb? I'm lighthouse, son. I'm lighthouse. I rep that lighthouse. So when they say, which path are you on? I'm on that lighthouse path. That's like that Luhu Bafa. So you're taking Tai Chi, Bagua, Shin Yi, combining them together, putting some magic on them, putting these African spiritual religions and sciences on them, putting that Kabbalah on them, putting that Taoism in there, and just hitting it with the, if you whipping it like this, you ain't whipping it. If you whipping it, you got to whip it with that big spoon and the big pot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I represent that lighthouse, West Philly. Y'all better understand. Yes, go back to the beginning, please, Sandy. Yeah, lighthouse, West 52nd or West 54th, whatever is on the west side of Philly. That's where the cow. I got my I'm affiliated with the lighthouse. So don't get caught up in, but I studied one thing at a time though. I studied one thing at a time before they started blending together. And then they pulled themselves together. They pulled themselves together. Yeah. All right. 2 more videos coming. This was part 2. Part 3 is on the way. Thank you. Who shared the video? If you just got here, you're talking about you going back to the beginning. Did you share the video? Press 2 if you shared the video. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all. Salute. Peace.